Hey, what's up, everybody? This is SnackBox. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, we have a new event, which is the Deck of Fate event, and it's live at the moment. And then we have another 10x event and a 2x Void event from Friday to Monday. So let's talk about it. So as you can see, the Deck of Fate event. Now, the rewards from the deck are actually not that bad. We can get 29 pieces of pinpoint gear in here, mixed, with artifacts and accessories. Then we have 4 rewards, which are not that good, honestly. 4-star glyphs. Nobody really cares about 4-star glyphs. And a 6-star epic ore, not so good. But the dust is alright. The legendary ore is okay. The mythical ore is actually really good. And the 6-star glyphs, why not? Overall, we have the chance to get 2, 4, 6 mythical pieces, and that's free artifacts and free accessories. The question mark stands for accessories because you can get a ring, amulet, or what's it called? Banner. I don't know why it's marked with a question mark, but it is what it is. And then we have 4 free pieces, free artifacts actually, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accessories, legendary accessories and artifacts. So that's a kind of an interesting way to split this up. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts and 6 epic accessories. Okay, so overall not that bad, honestly. With the flip cost of 1,000 per card, it's quite, it's a little bit expensive, but if you have some spare resources, it's definitely worth to go for. And I'm going to show you how you can minimize, the effort or the resources you need to put in to get all these. So if you flip over 3 cards of the same color in a sequence, you will also get extra rewards. The rewards are actually not that bad. Now you can get this this epic chest. You can get it like 3 times in a row, I believe, because there's 10 epic cards. So if you're really, really lucky and you get this 3 times, 3 times free, I mean, you can get some nice rewards here, right? An Eternal Soulstone, Sacred Shard, 500 gems, not that bad, honestly. How do we get points for this? So, okay, as you can see, you can do Dungeon Divers. Now, I would highly recommend you to not go into dungeons for this deck because the cost of energy per fossil point or whatever that is like around 1 to 1, maybe even a little bit less than 1 energy. So to flip all the cards, which would cost you 40,000 fossils, would cost you 40,000 energy, and that's really, really too much. Now, the way to do it is actually to level up and rank up your champions. Now, if you have a lot of food, right? Let's say you have a lot of level 1s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star, whatever. You can basically use your brews, right? Let's say you take this, give him 1 brew. Take this guy, give him 1 brew. And so on. And you do this basically with all of your champions and kind of like, rank up your food from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5-star. And that way you can actually also prepare food for the next champion training event, because we are definitely going to have another fusion, maybe in this month, maybe next month. Next month there will for sure be another fusion for Christmas, but I'm not quite so sure if there's gonna be one in between. But most likely there's gonna be one because they're really trying to milk the cow right now, as they're sold their company. And yeah, so basically you just go through all your food champions, um, put one or two brews in. I only use one for 2 stars. I use two, I think. Let me actually see. Yeah, I use like two for 3 stars, and for 4 stars, you can actually use more. Let me see. So if I put in like, yeah, so as you can see, 4 brews, you get right to level 21, and that's gonna give you a whole lot of points. So now we got our first card flip, and let's see, what are we going to get? Let's take the middle. All right, a legendary gauntlet pinpoint artifact. Why not? Nice. So pinpoint is really, really strong at the moment if you're trying to progress in the arena, and just overall, just a really nice set, gives you really nice bonus stats, and is really worth it to use. All the end, you know, top of the uh, um, top of the list players are going for this set because it's really mandatory for live arena at the high end, and you know, overall it just gives you a really, really good advantage. Now, other than brews, you can also just, you know, go into campaign. If you can, run Nightmare Stage 6 and level up your food that way. If you do it only this way, it will cost you around, I would estimate, like 15 to 20,000 energy, or maybe 17, I don't know, something in that area. Really depends on if you have the Forge Pass, which also gives you, you know, XP bonus. If you've bought it, I didn't, as you can see, then you have this XP boost. Then you also can have this raid card. I don't have that, so yeah, it would cost me something like this if I would just run, you know, the campaign. But I will definitely get some points in here. Maybe I'll complete it with my brews. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to waste all of my resources, but I'm definitely going to try and flip as many cards as possible, because pinpoint artifacts are really limited. And, you know, if you're trying to max out your builds, it's a good way to get these artifacts, because we don't know when the event dungeon is gonna come back, maybe for Christmas or something. We don't know yet. They haven't said anything about it. So this is, you know, a nice little event to get pinpoint. Now, if you don't want to do the Deck of Fate, it's totally fine. I also have some people in my clan, or I saw people saying that they want to skip it, maybe just, you know, invest their energy in what's it called, Minotaur or something else. So, you know, you don't have to go for this if you're not trying to compete, you know, in arena. But you know, why not give it a shot if you can? Other than that, we have a 10x, 2x event from Friday. So let's take a look here. Let me move myself out of the way. So this is a post from their Discord. As you can see, we have 2 summon boosts for Void Champions. Void Summon Rush. So from Friday to Monday, we will have a 2x event on Void Shards. And then from Friday to Saturday, we're going to have a 10x chance of summoning Onryu Ieyasu. Now, this is actually a really good event, and a really good, you know, event for you to open up your Void Shards. If you're trying to progress, if you're trying to get that Man Eater, Seeker, Seer, you know, these Void champions that are really helping you progressing in the game, especially for clan boss and dungeons and so on. So this is a really good event for that. Or if you're trying to get the 10x champion Onryu Ieyasu, which is really, really strong. Overall, good for Hydra, good for PvP, good for Arena. Really, really interesting champion. So if we take a look at his kit, he's a Void, right? So he doesn't care about affinity, which is already a good thing. He's attack based. His A1 attacks 2 times, places an extra hit if the target is under a buff, places 2 extra hits if the target is under a buff and is from the Undead Hordes faction. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy, occurs once per skill. So the first thing that comes into to my mind is that he's an insane Rotos killer, right? Because he has this 2-hitter, then he hits another time if the target has a buff, and another 2 times if the target is from the Undead Hordes faction. So he would hit Rotos 4 times, for example. And that is amazing, right? He can basically kill him through UDK and all that stuff. And then when he kills him, he gets an extra turn. So let's take a look at his A2. His A2 attacks 2 times as well, and before each hit, destroys the target's max HP by 10%. Stacks up to 50%. This effect does not work against bosses. Okay. The damage inflicted by this skill increases by 10% for each buff and debuff on the target. Stacks up to 100%. So this is really a really crazy skill. You know, it's very unlikely that the enemy is gonna have, let's say in Arena, it's very unlikely that the target's gonna have 10 buffs or 10 debuffs or combined. So, but still, if the target has 3 buffs or 2, it's still 20 or 30% more damage, and that's insane. For Hydra, I can see it happening that you will have, you know, 10 debuffs on the Hydra heads, or, you know, 8 debuffs and 2 buffs or whatever. So that's definitely a possibility, and 100% more damage is just insane. If the target is killed by this skill, places a block revive debuff. So he can also block revive, which is huge for Arena. All these Wukongs that I used, Wukong is, you know, top of the meta, and a lot of people use him, and he looks like a straight counter for Wukong, for example, and Rotos. So that's like 2 of the top Arena damage dealers. Then we have A3. Attacks enemy 2 times again, will ignore 50% of the target's defense, as well as stone skin, shield, and strengthen buffs. So again, just another, you know, a live Arena or Arena in general skill, because he's ignoring defense as well as stone skin, shield, strengthen. So he really doesn't care. He's probably gonna counter most of the teams, because everybody's building stone skin and using UDK, Wukong, Rotos, and all these champions. So really insane damage dealer. His passive: whenever this champion attacks all enemies except the initial target, receive damage equal to 25% of the damage dealt to the initial target. So as you can see, he's also doing a little bit of AoE damage. Every time he hits a target, he will do a little bit of AoE damage. This extra damage will ignore 100% of each enemy's defense, which is nice, but the extra damage cannot be critical and will not trigger counter attacks. So that's actually a good thing, because he would just kill the whole team, right, if it would crit. Not is the only very strong single target hitter, is also doing a little bit of AoE damage, which is quite significant. If with this skill, where he can get 100% more damage on top, and that will convert into AoE damage as well. Just a small part of it, but still, for Hydra, insane. For Arena as well, really good. On top of those 2 events, we also have a champ chase, of course. Last weekend was Summon Rush. This weekend it's going to be a champ chase tournament, and if you take the first place, you can win Hansel Witch Hunter. So there's another way to get him. We have this as well, still the summoning event for Prism Shards, where he's also the headline champion, and maybe you saved up your Prism Shards for the champ chase. as you can see, I did that, so that will be, you know, a little bit of, will give me a little bit of points, but I'm definitely not going to, you know, invest any of my void shards for this event, because I'm trying to save my shards for the next fusion. We don't know yet if they are going to, you know, put a fusion in between the Christmas fusion and now. Maybe there will be another one, and I really need to save my resources. Also, if I want to complete the deck of fate, you know, I gotta manage my resources a little bit, because last fusion was really expensive. And yeah, guys, so that's pretty much for this video. Let me know what you think about this deck of fate. Let me know what you think about the champ chase. Are you going to open up some void shards and maybe try to get IEYASU, which is a really nice champion? If you do so, I really hope you get what you want. And with that being said, see ya in the next video.